All right, guys. Now we are with Nick. He's the biggest inspiration in Bodybuilding Federation, and I think he's the one who has inspired a lot of people in the federation to include, athletes who are disabled. Am I correct, Nick?
Yes, I'm one of the main driving force for wheelchair bodybuilding, wheelchair athletes, and also really pushing the star category, which is adaptive athletes.
Right. So, Nick, where did you get that inspiration of, having this initiative of involving the disabled people into bodybuilding, the wheelchair, especially the wheelchair people?
What really got me to push this around the world is after my accident. I was in a car accident in '98. I rolled my vehicle, ejected, the car hit me in the back.
Right.
I was severely depressed and I didn't feel like I had anything. So the one thing that I look forward to is powerlifting, like a bench press. I'm a two-time world powerlifting champion. I've won a bunch of stuff. Then one day I was like, I wasn't interested in that anymore, but I wondered if they have bodybuilding for people in wheelchairs. And I was like, you know what? I wonder, and I'm gonna look, and I saw a competition. It was the fall of 2005, and I was like, I'll just compete. I don't know anything about it.
Right.
I'll just do it. So I I live in America, Texas. At the time I lived in Kansas, in the center of America, and the show was in Florida. So I flew down there March of 2006, and I lost. But these athletes were amazing. There was like 8 wheelchair athletes and part of hundreds of athletes, which there was 1,000+ fans, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, guys,
right,
we need to let the world know about it. But I was laughed at, and I was like, whatever. So I went home, and that's how this all began.
Nick, pardon my cynicism, but I want to understand, before your accident also, were you a part of Bodybuilding Federation or no? Were you doing bodybuilding back then, before the accident?
Before my accident, I was just a football player with the football, not the American football.
American football.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just lifted weights to get stronger for football.
Right.
I didn't know nothing about bodybuilding, but it wasn't until I competed and I lost that I got obsessed about bodybuilding, because I was like, I wonder if they have professional, but they didn't have anything.
Right.
I do not have no background before that,
right,
but I fell such in love with this that I taught myself everything, and I worked my way up the bodybuilding industry to the NPC and IFBB Pro League president, Mr. Jim Manion.
Yeah.
And we were discussing, and he's the one that gave me a chance to actually get wheelchair bodybuilding and be part of the IFBB Professional League as a professional division.
So how had you convinced him?
So it was very difficult because I'm a newcomer, but a lot of people talk a lot, and you have to build trust. It took me a couple years for him to say he's willing to give me a chance, but it took me 3.5 years to actually put it all together to make the first pro wheelchair competition together in 2011.
Right.
But I made it happen.
Yeah. No, it's good. So what all competition you have played, and have you won any of the competition?
So have I competed and have I won any competition?
Right.
I've competed in guest pose 250 times around the world.
Okay.
I beat all the amateurs at the NPC Wheelchair Nationals in 2011, and I beat all the IFBB Pro Wheelchair Bodybuilders, the best, in 2014. And that's when, soon after, in 2015, that's when Mr. Jim Manion asked me to be an athlete or promoter, because I was putting on all the pro shows, I was organizing. It was a conflict of interest, so I had to choose, either be an athlete
or be a
promoter, but not both. So I chose to give up. I gave up my career as the #1. Imagine Ronnie Coleman, imagine Jay Cutler,
yeah,
Michael Jordan, anybody as #1 giving up their career to pave the way. That's what I did, and that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm here in India, right, to show that anything's possible.
Tell us about Sheru Classic.
Oh, it's phenomenal. So far, since 2011, this is my 39th pro wheelchair competition I put on.
Wow.
How many competitions has there been in the world? 39. I've been to all of them. In 2015, I gave up my career. That's how the the Arnold Classic in 2016 added the pro wheelchair, and in 2018 I was able to add it. Here in Sheru Classic in India, it's amazing. The way the layout, it's one of the most elite professional competitions in the world. It's up there in the rankings. The Arnold Classic, I mean, the Olympia is the pinnacle.
Right.
It's the Super Bowl. The Arnold Classic is under it, but the Sheru Classic is right underneath that level.
Right.
And it was developed like the Arnold Classic has been going on for decades, but the way Sheru Classic and the team is, they're moving with such tremendous force.
So at Sheru Classic right here, are you organizing the wheelchair bodybuilding? Are you a part of that team?
So I help. So Sheru has a team, and Amy's in charge of the Sheru Foundation. So they help get the athletes.
Yeah.
And same thing with the star. But what I do, I help make the wheelchair a pro qualifier. And I added the pro wheelchair to Sheru. So tomorrow, it's the pro wheelchair.
Right.
Which the winner of the wheelchair would be qualified for the 2024 Olympia, as well as I'm giving up prize money.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm giving tomorrow a total of 3,500 USD American dollars to the wheelchair athletes.
So are you one of the judge panelists in the wheelchair bodybuilding?
I'm not a judge, and I don't want to be a judge. I've been around, and I've been to many shows, but I'm the guy between the NPC and IFBB,
Okay.
the promoters and the athletes.
Right.
I'm the official wheelchair representative for the NPC and IFBB Professional League. IFBB Professional League.
How do you see the future of wheelchair bodybuilding, Nick?
So the future wheelchair bodybuilding, I got it on pretty much the biggest stages in the world. The Arnold Classic, I put it in South America, the Brazil, USA, the UK, in Toronto, in multiples in America, the Olympia, the Sheru in London, and here we are in Sheru in India.
Yeah.
So right now there's 8 pro wheelchair competitions in the world.
And I think they're the biggest,
They're the biggest
events.
Yeah, they're the biggest events in the world.
Yeah.
You can't really go much bigger.
Right.
You can't go bigger than the Olympia and the Arnold.
Right.
But it just depends on getting more athletes, and also the next project is really figuring out and working with the NPC and IFBB to develop this star category, but it's adaptive. So different places in the world call it different things, but it's really adaptive. You're adapting it to a different lifestyle. Sheru named this division Star, which is for the star athletes, but to expand it, we'll eventually make it unified, depending on what Mr. Jim Manion, the president of the NPC and IFBB, as well as Tyler Manion,
Right.
whatever they say will be the official throughout the world once this gets really developed.
But I want to check one thing, Tom. Are you only promoting the wheelchair bodybuilding, or you doing the entire, which is the disabled category?
So I do the disabled.
Right.
So it's wheelchair, and I'm here for the disabled category as well.
As well.
Yes.
So you're promoting both.
Yes.
Okay. And this is worldwide, right?
Worldwide.
Tom, tell us, what is the future of wheelchair bodybuilding here in India?
I put on shows all over the world. The Olympia, the Arnold UK, all over the world. But India, it's phenomenal. The culture is phenomenal. The people is amazing. I plan to bring them back here every single year to help give a platform, because so many athletes struggle with they fear and they're scared. But the one thing that's bigger than fear is hope.
Right.
And if the athletes have hope that they can get their pro card, if they have hope that they can compete at the Olympia, no matter the situations and the environment that they're living, that they will try to be, and they'll push to be the best. That way they have an outlet that one day they could possibly be the next Olympia champion. And as this develops with the star category and the adaptive, one day, it's not if, but when, the adaptive division will be a pro division within the IFBB Professional League. And one day, that division could possibly be at the Arnold Classic, as well as the Olympian.
So tell us, if more people would want to be involved in this, how can they choose and how can they enter into this?
We want more wheelchair athletes. We want more adaptive athletes, star athletes, and we want you to reach out to be part of this movement, part of this legacy, part of this change in India. And the best way to do that is to contact this person right here. Amy, come here. Amy. So how can they reach out to get more involved here in India?
Like they can contact at Shamsher Foundation.
Shamsher Foundation.
Yes.
Right.
Like it's directly through Sheru and Vish
Yes,
sir.
I know. Yeah.
And like they can directly contact me there.
So they can directly contact through Shamsher Foundation.
Yes.
Is that
like,
what you're saying?
We have already updated our contact number there.
Okay.
And like personal details, everything is updated there only, so they can directly contact.
So why don't you tell our viewers one time that how they can
Sir, you explain.
directly reach out to you?
No. So with this foundation, you are the managing. So who started this foundation?
Hi, Sheru and Vish sir.
Yeah.
So it started by Sheru.
Yes.
Right.
So that's what comes out. So we want wheelchair athletes. We want adaptive athletes. And what is the website?
Website?
The website
The
is
shamsherfoundation.com.
Shamsher
The Shamsher Foundation.
Sorry?
The shamsherfoundation.com.
So it is the shamsherfoundation.com. You can get the contact details there and join and be a part of that.
That's exactly it. So, and on top of that, Amy will be your lead contact. She's right here. And every year I'm be coming back because you could be the next pro wheelchair athlete and one day be the pro star category athlete, because we want not just wheelchair, but all disabilities.
Right.
Because the only way we're going to make a change is we are the change.
Yeah.
You are the change. Don't be
Yeah.
scared. Make it happen. No excuse. I'm here. You need to be here too. You're not here right now, but next year, be here because I want to see you.
Yeah.
Amy wants to see you.
Yeah, so I was speaking a little while back with Sheru Paji as well, and he did mention that he's gonna sponsor a lot of people in that foundation. So do log in, do register yourself on the shamsherfoundation.com.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and thank you for taking the time to do this.
Thank you so much for being a part of it, Amy. Wish you all the best. Nick,
Thank you.
good luck.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.